Rules for ride-along with corpse collectors. Randy and I were film students in Maryland. We wanted to film a ride-along with corpse collectors for a long time, and 2 years ago was our chance. Our contact was a mortuary assistant named Ben, who played CS-GO with us since primary school, but he didn't follow us to college. He and his partner Sam delivered corpses and detached limbs to a coroner from the metro area. Here were the rules that Randy and I must follow during the ride-along. Do not answer questions from onlookers. Do not film the dead body's eyes. Do not take off the sticker with the corpse collector logo on it. We didn't fully understand rules number 2 and number 3. Randy and I saw plenty of gory crime scene photos with eyes clearly shown, but we agreed to follow the rules. First stop, Ben and his partner Sam had to dive into a small dirty canal to retrieve an unalive weapon that a recently caught serial unaliver threw in. Second stop, Ben and Sam had to comb the kitchen floor of a house, trying to find a finger belonging to a homeowner who lost a knife fight with his wife over a TV remote. I could tell that Randy started to get bored. The third stop of the night was where it all went wrong. We were deep in suburbia. The air felt different. No wind and no sound of insects. A dog could be heard howling in the distance. A police car passed us while we were walking to the scene. A cop rolled down his window and pointed to a small alley that led to a playground behind a row of townhouses. He said, "Your dead body walked that way." All 4 of us were confused about what he meant. When we got there, we saw a crowd gathered at the playground. Ben and Sam pushed through, and Randy and I tried our best to pretend that we were with them. Then we saw him, an old man with a cleaver buried in his head. It was like he didn't know he was dead and was still walking. He kept pushing people away from him. His strength was surprising for someone already dead. He shoved a large man to the ground. A woman in the crowd kept yelling, "Where are you going? Please stop." The man with a cleaver in his head finally took a seat on a bench. According to one of the onlookers, that was where he feed the ducks every evening. I was so shocked at the sight, I didn't notice Randy moved past me. Randy went right up into the old man's face and just started filming, violating rule number 2. The man didn't look into the camera. After Randy moved around him, trying to get a different angle, the old man slowly slouched over and passed away. When Randy and I got back to the truck, Randy played back the raw clip he filmed on his DSLR, his face full of excitement. When we got to the clip of the old man, it showed the old man staring directly right into the camera, right at us. I was so startled my heart skipped a beat. Randy almost dropped the camera. We turned to look at each other. Blood drained from our faces. After leaving the scene, we didn't tell Ben and Sam what happened. We were at a traffic light in a pretty remote area, and suddenly a pack of dogs appeared behind us and started barking at our truck. Both Ben and Sam looked at the dogs confoundingly. Suddenly, Sam started freaking out when he looked in the rearview mirror. Sam got out of the truck, opened the passenger door, and dragged Randy out by his shirt collar. We were confused about what was going on. Ben and I got out too. Sam showed Randy's sticker to Ben. Randy's sticker with the corpse collector logo on it was upside down. Sam and Ben made sure Randy and I put the sticker on properly. They even took a second look at us before they okayed us to get into their truck. The fact that it was upside down must be deliberate. Randy violated rule number 3 intentionally. Turned out, the corpse collector logo has an ancient symbol incorporated into it. The symbol could ward off evil spirits. It was all over their truck. It was all over their uniform. Sam threatened to leave Randy in the middle of a road surrounded by woods at night. Randy started to apologize profusely. He admitted that he put it upside down just to see what would happen because so far the night had been so boring. Sam yelled that the upside down symbol is an invitation and that we were now marked. While Ben tried to calm him down, Randy and I can't help but look at the dogs. The dogs were not barking anymore. They were looking into the field next to us. And that was when we saw them. A row of pale people, some naked, some in white robes. They were far away, but they seemed to be about 7 to 8 feet tall. They were slowly marching towards us. When I turned to get back in the truck, I was shocked to see the cleaved old man clutching onto the side of the cargo bed like it was a side pillow. He was not moving, but he had a grin that he didn't have before. I felt my soul leave the body. I wanted to collapse on the ground so badly and just weep. I turned to look at Ben and Sam to gauge their reaction. Ben just sighed and shoved the old man's body deeper into the bag and zipped it up completely. Sam finally allowed Randy back into the truck but said that they will drop Randy off at the dorm. I looked at the row of pale people and was creeped out by how suddenly they were much closer they were to us now. Up close, it was clear that none of them have eyes. While Sam was about to go, a call came in. The dispatcher asked Ben and Sam to go to a nearby school where an intoxicated man with a gun climbed onto a flagpole demanding to see his ex-wife. Ben, however, radioed in and said they have to make a detour and drop Randy off at the dorm first because he was marked by evil spirits. I thought for sure the dispatcher was going to get mad. But, the dispatcher just told Ben to be careful and not get the mark transferred to him too. I was amazed at how they talked about this so casually. Randy himself was quiet. He knew that Ben and Sam didn't have to drive them back to the dorm, but they did anyway. Once we were on the road that led right to our dorm, Randy became braver. He asked what it meant to be marked, and if there was something he could do. Ben gave Randy a sticker with the corpse collector's logo on it and told Randy to put it on the door of his dorm room and not open the door for anyone. Randy jumped at the sound of the dog howling and he started to cry. Ben and Sam were unmoved. Randy started to get mad and claimed that he heard what the dispatcher said, that he could transfer the mark to others. He started to rub the truck, thinking that was how it worked. Sam shook his head and drove away as Randy shouted at us. We finally made our way to the coroner's office. As Ben and Sam took the old man's body to the coroner, I waited outside. Then, on my phone, Randy sent me messages. He said that the abandoned half-constructed building opposite our dorm suddenly have a bunch of people standing on them looking right into his dorm room's window. Before I could type anything back, I was startled when a dispatcher, Ben and Sam's boss who gave us permission for the ride-along, patted me on the back. He asked me how the night was so far and if I got any good footage. I nodded, then took out my camera, hoping to show him some footage. My heart dropped when I saw that all the 100 plus video clips had 0 bytes of memory. They all had the same thumbnail, the face of the cleaved old man looking directly at the camera.